Amazon warehouse fulfillment jobs involve various tasks related to the fulfillment and logistics process, such as picking, packing, and shipping orders. Candidates for Amazon warehouse jobs should possess physical stamina, attention to details, and the ability to work efficiently in a fast-paced environment. Job responsibilities for Amazon warehouse jobs include receiving, sorting, and storing inventory, as well as maintaining a safe and organized warehouse. The salary for Amazon warehouse positions can vary based on the location and role, with the average hourly wages ranging from $15 to $20 per hour. Benefits for these jobs typically include medical, dental, and vision insurance, 401k match, paid time off, and employee discounts. Hi there, this is Vadim from Online Training for Everyone. And in this video, I'll share with you how to get prepared and pass an Amazon assessment test to make sure you get hired for your dream job at Amazon. Amazon is known for using a variety of assessments to evaluate candidates for different positions. Let's look into details for the most common assessments Amazon uses to hire the candidates. Number one type of assessment is online cognitive and aptitude tests. Amazon uses them to assess candidates' cognitive abilities, problem-solving skills, numerical reasoning, and logical thinking skills. These tests typically involve multiple-choice questions, and these tests are typically timed. Number two most common test Amazon uses is work simulation tests. These tests simulate real-world scenarios and assess how well a candidate can handle specific job-related tasks and situations. Number three type of test is behavioral interviews to evaluate candidate past experiences, skills, and how they approach different situations. These interviews may involve questions about leadership, customer service, conflict resolution, and other relevant aspects. For technical and maintenance positions, Amazon may conduct technical interviews to assess candidates' knowledge and problem-solving abilities. Amazon may also look at technical skills and mechanical aptitude skills. These interviews typically involve data analysis, coding exercises, system design questions, or discussions on specific mechanical or electrical principles or technologies. And last but not least type of test is, depending upon the role, candidate might be required to complete writing exercises, such as drafting responses to customer inquiries or writing product descriptions. These exercises evaluate candidates' written and communication skills, as well as attention to details. In this video, you will have everything you need to get prepared an Amazon assessment test. Make sure to watch this video from the beginning to end, and if necessary, multiple times until you understand all the questions and know how to solve them easily. If you would like to practice with the most recent versions for Amazon assessment test questions, please make sure to follow the link in the description of this video and in comments of this video. And now, let's go ahead to get started so we can get you prepared. Here's one of my favorite questions to test your analytical skills and attention to details. You need to determine which of the values is the smallest. And you're presented with 5 different values. The choices are A, 3/4, choice B, 0.6, choice C, 7/12, choice D, 0.7, and last but not least, choice E, 4/5. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the answer. Did you figure it out? I am moving forward to share with you my version of the answer, and obviously if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. To get to the correct answer, we need to convert all the values to the common format. You can convert all the values to decimals, or you convert all the values to fractions. It doesn't matter, but it has to be common. I chose decimal format. 3/4 in decimal is 0.75. 0.6 is 0.6. And 7/12 is 0.583. 0.7 has the same value, and 4/5 is 0.8. Now you can easily see that the smallest value is choice C, 7/12, which is approximately as 0.58333. Did you get to the similar solution? If not, please make sure to post your answer and solution in comments. By solving this question, we'll boost your IQ and intelligence. You're presented with 3 sets of stars. Each set is a different color. Underneath of each set, there are numbers. The first set has a number 24, second set has a number 64, and the third set has a missing number represented by the question mark, which you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 75. choice B 96, choice C 156, and last but not least, choice D 192. Take a close look to see if you can answer the question. This question is actually very simple, and I'm pretty sure you're done by now, so I'm moving forward to share with you my version of the answer. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. As you might have guessed, the number is calculated based on the number of tips of the stars and number of sides of the diamonds available in each object. Let's look at the example. The first set of blue stars has 6 tips. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it only has one diamond, which is represented by 4 sides. 6 multiplied by 4 equals 24. Can you do the calculations for the second set? I'm here to help you. Let's count the tips. We have 8 tips on the purple stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we have 8 sides of the diamonds because there are 2 diamonds there. 8 multiplied by 8 equals 64. That's how the number was calculated. Let's do the calculations for the missing number. We have 12 tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which are represented by 16 sides. 12 multiplied by 16 equals 192, which is represented by choice D. So the correct answer here is choice D, 192. Did you get to the same answer? If not, please make sure to post your answer and solution in comments. You will enjoy this question because it tests your logical thinking and analytical skills. You're presented with the dart in the exact middle of the dartboard. Dart has numbers on top of the ribbon and at the end of the ribbon. The numbers on the ribbon are 13, 18, 41, 128, and 517. Numbers at the end of the ribbon are 18, 41, 128, 517, and then comes the missing number you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, 1921, choice B, 2029, choice C, 2359, and last but not least, choice D, 2590. Give yourself a moment, maybe pause this video to see if you can calculate the answer. Are you ready? Let's move forward so I can share with you my version of the answer. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. First, to answer this question, let's understand what we're dealing with. Since this game may not be very familiar in all the parts of the world, let's start with the definition. Darts is the competitive sport in which players throw small sharp-pointed missiles, known as darts, at the round target known as dartboard. Now, let's look closely at the dart we're dealing with. Our dart is unique because it has ribbons. There is a number on the ribbon and there is a calculated number at the end of the ribbon. To complete the calculations, let's assign each ribbon unique number. We're dealing with ribbons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as you might have already figured out, the number at the end of the ribbon is calculated based on the sequence ID and number on top of the ribbon itself. The formula to do the calculations is that the end of the ribbon number is calculated as number on top of the ribbon multiplied by sequence ID plus 5. Let's look at the example. The first blue ribbon has the sequence number 1, so that the end of the ribbon number is calculated as 13 multiplied by 1 plus 5, which would be equals 18. The second ribbon number is calculated as 18 multiplied by 2 plus 5 equals 41. The third ribbon number is calculated as 41 multiplied by 3 plus 5 equals 128. And the fourth ribbon number is calculated as 128 multiplied by 4 plus 5 equals 517. Now we know how to calculate the missing number. The missing number is calculated as 517 multiplied by 5 plus 5, which would be equal to 2590. So the correct answer here is choice D, 2590. Did you get to the same answer? If not, please make sure to post your answer and solution in comments. Here's the very interesting question, which tests your ability to find solutions to unusual problems. You're presented with 4 expressions, and in fourth expression, the result of the expression is missing. Let's look at each expression closely. The first expression is 4 plus 2 equals 26. Something's definitely going on with this expression here. Second one is 8 plus 1 equals 79. Same thing here. And the third one is 6 plus 5 equals 111. In force expression 7 plus 3, you need to find the result, which is presented as the missing number represented by question mark. And you have 4 choices to select from. Choice A, 608. Choice B, 410. Choice C, 290. And last but not least, choice D, 375. Take a close look to this unusual set of expressions to see if you can come up with the solution. Are you ready? Let me give you a quick hint. What if you introduce into this set of expressions not just the plus sign, but also a minus sign? Would that make any difference? I hope the hint was helpful because I am moving forward to share with you my version of the answer. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. As you might have figured out, we are not dealing with typical math expressions here, because the pattern here is that the last 2 digits are calculated based on the 2 expressions, subtraction and addition. Let's look at the example. The first expression is presented to us as 4 plus 2 equals 26, but numbers in 26 are calculated differently. For example, first number 2 is calculated as 4 minus 2. This is where I gave you a hint of using not just the plus sign, but also look at the minus sign. And the second digit in 26, which is 6, is calculated as 4 plus 2 equals 6. Now let's look at the second expression. Second expression's result is calculated as 8 minus 1 equals 7, and then 8 plus 1 equals 9. The third expression is 6 minus 5 is 1, and 6 plus 5 is 11. That's where we get a 3-digit number, 111. And now we can calculate the final force expression, which is calculated as 7 minus 3, so the first digit would be 4. And then we calculate it as 7 plus 3, which would be 10. So the correct answer here is choice B, 410. Did you figure it out? Or did you find a different solution? Please make sure to share your solution and rationale in comments. To better understand the company and improve your chances to get hired, it's important to understand Amazon's 16 leadership principles that guide companies' culture and decision-making process. These principles reflect Amazon's values and leadership philosophy, shaping the company's culture and the behavior of all employees. 16 Amazon leadership principles have been designed to shape the behavior and mindset of Amazon employees. Number 1 principle is customer obsession. Leaders will start with the customer and work backward, ensuring the customer needs are the top priority in all the decisions and actions. Number 2 principle is ownership. Leaders act on behalf of the entire company, making ownership of both successes and failures. They think long-term and don't sacrifice long-term values for short-term results. Number 3 principle is invent and simplify. Leaders seek out new and innovative solutions, striving to simplify complex processes and eliminate unnecessary complexity. Number 4 principle is I write a lot. Leaders have strong judgment and good instincts, making a wise decision even in the face of ambiguity. They seek diverse perspectives and are not afraid to be wrong, but they also decisive when needed. Number 5 principle is learn to be curious. Leaders are never done learning. They constantly seek to improve themselves and their teams, embracing new ideas and seeking out opportunities to grow. Number 6 principle is hire and develop the best. Leaders hire and mentor exceptional people. They raise the performance bar continuously and help individuals achieve their full potential. Number 7 principle is insist on the highest standards. Leaders drive their teams to deliver high-quality products, services, and processes. They have a zero-tolerance policy for mediocrity. Number 8 principle is think big. Leaders create and communicate a bold direction that inspires and motivates others. They think expansively and embrace and encourage calculated risk-taking. Number 9 principle is bias for action. Leaders value calculated risk-taking and encourage their teams to act swiftly. They prioritize action and avoid unnecessary analysis and paralysis by overthinking. Number 10 principle is frugality. Leaders accomplish more with less. They optimize resources and eliminate waste, driving efficiency and maintaining a lean approach. Number 11 principle is earn trust. Leaders build trust with others through integrity, transparency, and accountability. They are open, honest, and do what they say they will do. Number 12 principle, drive deep. Leaders operate at all levels and are not afraid to get their hands dirty. They stay connected to the details and dive deep when necessary to solve problems. Number 13 principle is have backbone. Disagree and commit. Leaders respectively challenge decisions when they disagree, even when doing so is uncomfortable or may slow down the process. However, once a decision is determined, they commit and fully support it. Number 14 principle is deliver results. Leaders focus on the key input and deliver them with the right quality and in a timely fashion. They have a strong bias for action and drive their teams to achieve meaningful results. Number 15 principle is strive to be the Earth's best employer. Leaders work to create a positive and inclusive work environment. They listen to and support their employees and help them thrive both professionally and personally. And last principle, number 16, success and scale bring broad responsibility. Leaders strive to be leaders not only within their own teams, but also within the broader organization. They understand the impact of their decisions and various stakeholders and work to make a positive difference. Amazon's 16 leadership principles are the core part of the company's culture and are integrated into various aspects of the hiring process. These principles serve as a framework for assessing candidates' alignment with Amazon values and desired behaviors. Each leadership principle is considered individually as well as in the context of holistic evaluation of the candidate. Amazon aims to hire candidates who do not only possess the required skills and qualifications, but also embody the company's values and principles. When getting ready for Amazon's job interview and assessment test, make sure to keep this in mind. Familiarize yourself with these principles and reference them during your job interview to increase your chances of being hired. I love this challenge because it tests your analytical skills and spatial reasoning skills so well. You need to find the resulting shape after the transformations. You're presented with the square that consists of different triangles of a different color. And you need to turn the original shape 90-degree clockwise 3 times. You have 4 different choices to select the shape after the transformations. Choice A, B, C, and D. Take a close look to see if you can calculate the final solution. Did you figure it out? Because I am moving forward to share with you my version and my way of solving it. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. To solve this challenge, you need to mentally turn the original shape 90 degrees 3 times. This is not easy to do because our brain is not really designed for this. But if we take one of the triangles and try to follow this triangle by turning the original square, this task might be much easier to accomplish. The caveat here is that we need to select triangles that are not symmetrical on both sides. For example, red triangles are symmetrical. You see red triangles on the left and red triangles on the right. And if we try to follow it, it would be extremely hard to detect where the red triangle will end up. But if we take green triangles, any one of them, or yellow triangles, they're much easier to follow. So let's do the turning. Let's take the original square and I am going to follow the green triangle on the left. Let's do the first turn 90 degrees. You see that the green triangle ended up on the top. Let's do another turn. We follow the same green triangle and now it's on the right side. And the last 90-degree turn, our green triangle ended up at the bottom. So the correct choice here is choice A, where green triangle ended up on the bottom. Do you have a better way to solve it? Or maybe did you come up with a different solution? Please make sure to post your thoughts and rationale in comments. Here's a puzzling question for you, but I have full confidence that you can solve it quickly. You're presented with 4x4 matrix, and the numbers are starting in the upper left corner, 9, 8, 3, 4. The second row numbers are 2, 9, 2, and then comes the missing number. The third row starts with 4, 6, 2, 0. And last but not least row is 7, 6, 2, and 6. You need to calculate the missing number. And you have 4 different choices to select from. Choice A, 2. Choice B, 5. Choice C, 6. And last but not least, choice D, 7. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the solution. Did you get to the right answer? I hope you did, because I'm moving forward to share with you my version of the solution. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. You're probably tired of hearing this on this channel, but to solve these types of challenges, you need to detect the pattern. And the pattern here is that the last two digits are equal to the sum of the first two digits multiplied by 2. Let's look at the example. The first row contains numbers 9, 8, 3, 4. And the expression here is that 9 plus 8 in parentheses multiplied by 2 equals 34. Based on this logic, the third number would be 4 plus 6 in parentheses multiplied by 2, which would be equal to 20, which represents the set of numbers 4, 6, and then 20. And then the last row would be 7 plus 6 in parentheses multiplied by 2, which would be 13 multiplied by 2, which would be equal to 26. So the missing number would be calculated as 2 plus 9 multiplied by 2 equals 22. So the correct answer here is choice A, 2. Did you get to the same answer? If you didn't, or maybe you got to a different answer, please make sure to post your version in comments. Here's an amazing question to validate your analytical skills and spatial reasoning. You're presented with the square, which is broken down into 4 parts. 3 parts are filled with different shapes, and 4th part is missing. You need to determine which choice would create the most symmetrical large square. And you need to select this choice out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Take a close look to see if you can meet the condition and select the right shape. Are you ready? I am moving forward to share with you my version of the answer. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. To solve this challenge, let's better understand what we're dealing with. We have 5 types of shapes. We have L shape, we have a semicircle, we have a semi-diamond, semi-heart, and rectangle. Each one of these shapes is located in a small square, and each one of the shapes has 1, 2, or 3 dots inside of it. Now, large square is broken into 4 small squares. Let's give each one of the small squares an ID. We will call them area 1, area 2, area 3, and then comes the missing area, which we need to fill, would be area 4. If we go back to the original question, our goal is to identify which choice would create the most symmetrical large square. Let's look closely at what most symmetrical might mean. Let's draw a horizontal symmetrical line and let's draw a vertical symmetrical line to help us define the symmetry in the large square. Let's look at the easiest symmetrical objects we can identify. For example, between area 1 and area 2, we can build the full yellow diamond. And to do this, we will use the 2 half-diamond objects with 1 dot. Between area 2 and area 3, we can build a full heart, using the semi-hearts and 1 dot on each side. The choice that we would need to select would help us build the circle between areas 1 and 4, and the circle would be green and will have 1 dot, and the correct choice will also help us build the symmetrical L-shaped object between areas 3 and 4, which will have 2 dots. 2 choices match both of these criteria, and these choices are A and B. Which one do you think we should select? Let's look closely to see if we can determine some additional patterns. For example, across horizontal line, if we look, there is a red L shape and blue L shape. So the key here is L shape. It's on the both sides of the horizontal symmetrical line. Same thing with green triangle in area 3. And potentially we would need to have yellow triangle or triangle of other color in the area 4. We can also see the symmetry diagonally across the horizontal symmetrical line. For example, a red L shape in area 1 has 2 dots, and green triangle in area 3 has 2 dots as well, which means that the missing object should have 3 dots symmetrical to the blue L shape. So the triangle in area 4 will need to have 3 dots. Very similar symmetry exists between rectangle in area 2 and area 4. It should be a rectangle in area 4, and rectangle should have 3 dots as well. Based on all of this analysis, I think the correct choice here is choice A. Did you detect any other symmetries, or did you come up with the different solution? Please make sure to post your version, answer, and solution in comments. Here's an amazing problem where you need to exercise your brain and cognitive skills by calculating not just one number, but two numbers. You're presented with the scale, and you see that the value of diamond as well as the sum values are missing. And you need to ensure that scale remains balanced by calculating the value of the diamond as well as the sum. And once you've done with your calculations, you need to select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, values 18 and 96. Choice B, values 12 and 88. Choice C, values 20 and 92. And last but not least, choice D, values 19 and 94. Take a close look, maybe pause this video to see if you can complete the calculations. On my end, I am moving forward to share with you my version of the calculations. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. To solve this challenge, let's look at the picture closely to better understand what we're dealing with. We're presented with the multi-tier scale, and this scale has 4 tiers: Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4. Scale remains in balance because values on the left side and on the right side are equal, and the values are represented by the total of numbers inside of each shape. For example, circle has number 12, hexagon has number 6, triangle has number 3, and square has number 4. Let's look closely at Tier 3 to better understand how this tier remains in balance. As I already mentioned, each tier remains in balance because the numbers are equal on both sides. So on the left of the Tier 3, we have 2 hexagons with total value of 12. On the right of the Tier 3, we have hexagon, which equals number 6, plus 2 triangles, 3 plus 3. So on both sides, the total value is 12. This is why Tier 3 remains in balance. Now let's look closely at the Tier 2. On the left of the Tier 2, we have 2 circles. Each circle has a value of 12. 2 circles would be equal 24. On the left of the Tier 2, we have 2 circles with total value of 24, and the entire Tier 3, which also equals 24. This what keeps Tier 2 in balance. Now, knowing this logic, we can calculate the missing value on Tier 4. Because Tier 4 needs to remain in balance, the value of 12 plus 6 should be equal to the missing value, which means that the missing value is 18. And the total sum will be calculated as the sum of all the numbers. The sum of Tier 2 and Tier 3 would be 24 plus 24 plus 48 on the right side of Tier 1, which would equal 96. So the correct answer here is choice A, 18 and 96. Did you get to the different answer? Please make sure to post your answer and solution in comments. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you for helping us to become one of the largest YouTube channels to help people become smarter, increase your IQ, and help you to pass any test. If the content was helpful, please click the like button to help YouTube algorithm promote this video and help other people to find it faster. Giving us a like is also a way for you to tell us that you need more content like this, and when you tell us, we'll make sure to deliver it for you in the future. For links to free and premium resources, please check the description. You can also go directly to our website, howtoanalyzedata.net, to download the materials. I really appreciate you for your endorsement, support, and patronage of this channel. And thank you for considering to become YouTube member and considering to subscribe. Please leave feedback, suggestions, or corrections in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.